Let's talk about power banks. Think you're seeing double? You're not quite. Today I finally got these off eBay. I've been waiting about 6 weeks for them to come from Hong Kong. Now these are beautiful little power banks. Up top we've got 2 ins and 2 outs, and 2 LEDs. We've got a 2 amp and a 1 amp, and separate inputs as well. Down here we have a digital screen, which gives you a percentage. It's backlit. 2 nice bright LEDs. Just turn off with a simple double click of the button. It also allows you to plug in and charge your 18650s. It comes up and tells you whether power is going into the unit or out of the unit. In this case, I've just plugged it into a 2 amp charger over there. Incoming 2 amps. The percentage will slowly creep up. It's full of LG 18650. Between 2.5 and 2.7 amp hour 18650s. Let's have a look inside this one. So here you see, got a nice simple spring-loaded holder for our 18650s, which is just a long continuous strip up to a board on each side. So even just to buy these for the boards and reconfigure that part however you like, it's still a very, very cheap option. So this one's loaded with INR 18650 20R Samsungs. As you can see, it's sitting there static at 83%. Same thing, double tap it and the light comes on. So let's play Perpetual Energy, which doesn't exist, and plug one into the other to show you what it does when it's charging. So I've plugged in one of the Samsungs, which is open. In. This one's got power coming in. This one's got power going out at 12 volts, 2 amps, 83%. Let's get 74%. They will then transfer from one to the other. Quite simply, quite powerfully. You can use both ports simultaneously. It only charges through one port at a time, but it gives you the option to either have 2 ports to charge into, or just the fact that they'll be predominantly more reliable because there's a spare port. There you go, we're down to 83. Just like that. The 2 LEDs on top are quite bright. Camera's just going to auto adjust and you're not going to get any kind of effect out of them. I got these for 2 reasons. One reason, I just wanted to see if they actually put out 2 amps. The other reason, I wanted a power bank that I could stick my Samsung 30 Qs, these pink ones, in, that didn't look like this. And it would also give me, 8 cells will give me like 3000 milliamp hour each, so it'll give me 2600. No. Wow, brain fade. Give me 24 amps in my battery pack. On the back case of these, they say that they can be 30,000 milliamp hour. But yeah, that is unrealistic. They're not going to be 30,000. Even if you had the best 35 or 3600 milliamp hour cells, you're only just going to get there. Let's face it, you're not going to put them in something like this. As you can see, we're dropping percentage wise, and it does generate a marginal amount of heat. The second reason I got these, other than to get rid of Frankenstein here, which was an adapted light poly one, we'll talk more about power banks in another video, is as soon as there's a load on these, they turn on and stay on. So if you plug your phone in, they will stay charging continuously. So you can run GoPros, whatever, and it's only a matter of having a pile of 18650s to switch out, and it'll run on one or it'll run on all 8. It doesn't matter. You can have as many in there as you like. All 8 at best, obviously, just so they all stay in position and you get your highest capacity. But yeah, you can pull them out willy-nilly and change them. Unplug that, there's no point doing that. But the other big factor is, I know it's only 2.1 amps. Well, it's 2.1 amps charging that it'll do off 5 volts, but it's 2.1 amps at 5 volts. So it's probably closer to 2.5, 2.6 amps at 4.2 volts when it's charging these, and even higher when they're down at 3 volts getting started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave one of these sitting up on my charging, next to my charging station, and it'll mean I can have 8 batteries at a time charging while I'm off at work or doing things that are getting ready to go into the discharger. See, they're always going to recharge automatically after they go into the discharger, and realistically what I should do is just buy more dischargers, but these were $7 each, and they're excellent. And so far, really happy. It charged my Samsung S6 really quickly. This one did with its LG cells in it, but we'll put those pink Samsung cells in. But it also means that you can balance all your batteries. So if you've got one up here, it's at 4 volts, but this one's at 3 or 2.5 or whatever. By sticking them all in a rack together, they'll self-balance. And that, because they're all in parallel balance. Don't get it confused with series balance. They'll balance, and then they'll be sitting there ready to go at a common voltage across the thing. And they're getting charged at the same time. So the low ones are getting a boost, the high ones are staying at a good spot, and when I come home from work or whatever after I've been there for 8 hours, even a day, doesn't even matter. Even if they've been there for a whole day, they can they're charge protected. They can come off and they can be separated for ready for usage and sorting. Big advantage for taking them on to motorsport events, things like that, things I want to film a lot of. Having 2 of these, there's no way known I'm going to get through that much power in a day. Even if I did, I've got another one that's about 20,000 milliamp hours. You'll see a bit later. But yeah, let's say they're 20,000 milliamp hours each. Let's say that's up to 40 amp hour storage. That's a lot for something that would maximum use about 2 amp hour. So thanks for watching, guys. These ones came from eBay. There's a lot of different ones on there, but look for the ones with the digital screen, with the digital display, and the 2 LEDs and the 2 charge ports. They're a bit different to all the others. They come in green and a few other colours. The outside of it's got a texture on it, so you'll probably be less likely to slip out of a pocket or whatever. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.